Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. You already know what time it is. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Oh, man. I see the family in the building. Do a quick roll call real quick. Chris Ray, son of Tank. K-Rod, what up? Johnny Q. Anna Cummings. Steve L. the Mac. Akondo, what up? Sheena. Dwayne Jones. Jay Walt. Daniel Mitchell. Jose Diaz. Schneider. Daniel Mitchell, CB Sports in the building. Black Alpha, J.A. Yeah, smash the like button, y'all. We're going to get started early. Freddie, what's up, man? How you feel?
I'm good.
Fearless Freddie Pendleton on the deck. There you go. Soldier Boy, what up? Salute, y'all. You know, this is a big week in boxing. We had some guests lined up, you know, but everybody has a life. You know, things happen. But there's a lot of boxing talk this week. A lot of boxing talk this week. Stormy, how you feel, bro?
Yo, I'm good, man. I'm doing good. Salute to the chat. Salute, Freddie. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. Real good.
All right.
All right. We're all blessed and highly favored. So I guess we're going to kind of like work backwards. We're gonna work backwards. Let's talk about last night real quick. The Tyrant Inferno, Fundora. I'm gonna give my assessment real quick. The kid is, you know, fun to watch. You know, he makes out for an exciting fighter. And to me, that's about it. It drives me crazy when I see a fighter of that stature. You are 6'6", 154 mother effing pounds, and it is a struggle for you not to fight on the inside. That drives me crazy. Now, that might be fun to the untrained eye. And that might be, you know, I mean, look, that's what he's used to doing. So he's being trained to do it well on the inside. He fights pretty good on the inside. He does. But at 154 and you're 6'6", you don't need to do that. I cringe every time I watch that. Now, look, I'm not in there. And apparently what he's doing is working. But what I did see is I saw a full course meal. In my opinion, Fundura will be fondue for Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo will fuck him up badly. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, that guy, can you imagine? I mean, look, I do these, what I call monster matches with boxers all day, every day. And the kid, let me tell you something, man. I'm not taking a crap on his skill set. He can fight on the inside. But what I'm saying is, why are you there? If he walked into my gym doing that, I'd be cringing like, bro, listen. Y'all all know Dawson from Street Fighter. The man can hit you from across the board. Why are you in there? That should be a hidden gem. Pop that jab out and fight like everyone is anticipating you to fight. And then when you get on the inside, it's like, oh shit, he has an inside game. That should be a secret.
Mm-hmm.
This kid comes in round one, he pops out a few jabs, and then he's on the inside for the rest of the fight. And what I saw, I said, look, this is fun to watch. People like that. But what do y'all think happens when he fights a goddamn Jermell Charlo? He's going to get his ass beat. If Errol goes 154 right now, look, I saw, and he's a southpaw too. This drives me crazy. I saw that overhand left hand land more than once. And I said, you know what, man, Ocampo is just fatigued. And we're going to get on Jack Reese in a second. But that was just ridiculous from what I saw. And I'm like, you know, he's getting away with it. He's getting away with it, but we all know what happens. I do this monster mash all the time, and I say, okay, like I used to say, what if Paul Williams had Tommy Hearn's skill set? What if Tommy Hearns had Paul Williams' chin? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And it'd be scary. And I'm looking at him, I said, man, what if he had Tommy Hearn's skill set? Because listen, y'all, for those people think that, oh, no, now you're hating on Fundora. No. You know why? It's not safe how he fights. He could have gotten rid of Erickson Lubin way early when they fought. Way early. He fought on the inside, and what happened late in the fight? He got fucking dropped. He could have lost that. And all I kept saying was, Charlo gets him out of there. Jermell gets him out of there. He gets him out of there. So he's fun to watch. But impressed? No. Now, he's some sort of interim champion as of last night. Great. Another fucking title that we don't care to pay attention to. But if that gets him closer to Jermell, go and make that fight. I'm telling you, Jermell knocks him out. I'm just telling you that. If I felt different, I'd say it. But Jermell Charlo knocks the shit out of him. Marco, what's going on, my brother?
What's going on? How you guys doing?
Chilling, man. We just started. We just talking about the Fundora and Ocampo fight last night. Stormy, your assessment on it.
Fundora is right now, he's basically a one-dimensional fighter. And at the top of the division, a one-dimensional fighter is basically an opponent from most of the guys who are champion or on the championship, path. His height is the least of concern because he doesn't maximize or optimize what can be a part of having that. There's an old saying that you can't coach height. And in his own way, Fundora is proving that to be true in boxing because he hasn't picked up a damn thing from coaching about optimizing range and distance. If he thinks that fighting is laying on the inside with someone and trying to bang them out of there, he's forgetting an important part of that equation. You can be banged the hell up out of there, languishing on the inside, especially for someone who is more than adept with skills to fight medium to close range. I thought that he blew a knockout last night against Ocampo because he didn't do what I talk about all the time, is when fighters make adjustments in the ring, if they're capable of making them. He did come out for the first 2.5 rounds trying to box because that seemed to be what their objective was. And the irony was this: when he decided, I'm not going to do that, Ocampo met him on the inside and kind of stayed in there with him, a lot like Lubin did. And it wasn't so much because Ocampo couldn't do other things, because he was scoring well with body shots and everything from medium range. He was doing some things that could have broken Fundora down, but he didn't stay with that. When Fundora elected to lay on the inside with him, he saw that that was some kind of less threatening position. But A smart trainer would have told Fundora after a few rounds of that, take his ass back to the outside, pop the jab, and drop that left hand on his ass, because as he gets fatigued, his hands are dropping lower and lower. And he does the punches that missed in the first 2.5 rounds when you were trying to box from range. They're not going to miss like that in rounds 9, 10, 11, and 12. They're going to be scoring shots. And he showed something in the middle rounds when he caught Ocampo with a couple of shots from kind of mid-distance, and he caught him with that left, snapped his head back really well, and caught him a second time. And I was like, that's interesting. But you see, they didn't go back to that. So they blew the opportunity. The knockout was supposed to come from distance, not from close range. And that lets me know that his people working with him in the corner and they haven't learned anything yet. And the competition is going to get stiffer. You can't go back to fighting guys that are easy skates anymore. So if you're not getting that lesson now, you may not ever get it, because you won't get a chance. Just like Montiel last night didn't get a chance to get uncorked, that will be what will happen to him, because he's one-dimensional. And people know that, and they will be willing and waiting to catch him within that dimension and close him out.
Excellent assessment from the sensei. Marco,
What's up?
good to see you, brother.
You too? Both these
Your
guys?
thoughts on last night?
Well, unfortunately, I didn't catch much of it until the end. A couple people I knew thought it was close, but based on the two dudes' faces, it did not look close to me. But I didn't see the whole fight. I think Fundora is somebody that I'm not really sure what to make of just yet. You know what I mean? He looks at times like he has a lot of power. He looks at times like he's a very good fighter. But then there's also a lot of chinks in the armor, that come and go. So I guess until he steps up the competition, we don't know.
Yeah, where did he win an interim belt last night? I think that's what that was.
Was it?
Or he defended it. I mean, these these belts are everywhere. But at this point, I know what they're doing. I mean, because he was a main eventer last night, and he was the only boxing. Because watch how I bridge this. He was the only boxing that we were actually watching last night, because he was supposed to be playing second fiddle to Eubanks versus Benton. And we're gonna get on that in a second. But he's not to me. Okay, I know what they're doing. They're marketing him because he's freakish. How the hell are you 6'6" at 154 pounds? Fine, and he does have talent. And you said you caught the other half of the fight. He pulled away at the end. He did, because Ocampo got very fatigued. And it's just all right. Something happened during the fight, man. And I'm gonna get to you in a minute, Freddie, because I want to ask your opinion on your because we got two pro fighters on here. But I'm gonna ask your opinion on that in a second. But something happened last night with Jack Reese. I forget which round it was, but towards the middle of the fight, Ocampo started to visibly show he was fatigued. He was never rocked to the point where he was about to get dropped. But you know how when someone's very fatigued and they're kind of like leaning and their footing isn't there, they're kind of like falling. And, the ref has the right to, look and see, is he all right? But to me, it was clear it was his cardio. It wasn't something that he got hit with. It was totally not that. So in between, I forget which round it was. It may have been 7 or 8. Jack Reese goes to the corner of Ocampo, and he says, he brings in a doctor, and he doesn't mention fatigue. What he mentions is his punching power. He says, he says something to the effect of, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. There's no steam on the punches. Pretty much you got to do something, baby. You got to show me something. If not, I'm stopping the fight. And in the whole corner, and even the broadcasters on Showtime were like, what the fuck is he talking about? Ocampo's not cut. He just had a kind of like busted nose, but he wasn't like, we've seen people get dropped and then they boogie back to the ring and now they're in the corner all messed up. It wasn't that. He was breathing heavy, but that was it. So I'm watching this and I'm like, is this the part of boxing that I don't understand? But then when I heard the broadcasters, they were saying, wait a minute, what is he talking about? Ocampo, although he didn't have any pop on his punches, he was in there trying. And he was not hurt. He was fatigued. It's like when the match would start, when the round would start, about 30 seconds in, it's back to, but he was trying. He was never in like any serious danger. And the announcer said, yo, look, what are you going to stop the fight because his punches don't have any pop? You can't do that. And then I think round 10, one of the bags burst and ice spilled on the floor. He called timeout and he said, we're fining Ocampo's corner. We can't take a point, but we're going to take money. I heard that loud and clear. And I said, wait a minute. Can they do that? I've never seen that. So they fined them because he said that they did it on purpose to stall for time. And I'm like, what the fuck? So now I think going into round 10 or 11, they told Jack, they said, look, you see the ice bag? It just burst. And he said, yeah, that's real convenient. And I said, whoa, what the fuck's wrong with Jack Reese? So Marco, Freddie, I already know what Freddie's going to say. Is Jack Reese, I'm going to go to Marco first. Was Jack Reese in the right for doing something like that, or was he overstepping his bounds?
The first one, basically telling him to punch harder, is not, that's almost like corner advice, not really refereeing. Yeah. I'd never seen that before. Maybe that's I didn't see it, right? So I didn't hear him say it, but I heard people talk about it. Was that his way of saying, you look tired, you look like you can't throw any punches, I don't see any steam on your punches, I don't see anything, and I'm going to stop it if you don't look like you could kind of defend yourself and give offense? Was he trying to say that in a weird way? Because if he was, I guess it's not so bad, but he shouldn't say it that way. No, that's not normal. That's not normal. And the second thing, I didn't even hear about that. I don't know if it's along the guidelines of wherever they were fighting, Vegas Athletic Commission, whatever it was, to fine somebody for, because that's something that a lot of people could use. You can't take a point away, but you'll just fine me. But Diego Corrales could have used that when he was fighting Castillo instead of spitting out his mouthpiece. You know what I mean? Yeah, bust the bag on the floor. I don't get a point taken away. So I don't know if that's illegal. I don't know.
I'm asking. I don't know. I'm lost at that.
I don't know either. I don't know either. I don't know who. The referee can't initiate a fine either. The athletic commission has to initiate a fine. So I don't think either of them are legit, but I'm not totally sure.
Woke said Jack was tripping. So you know what? We're going to call Jack Reese Jack Tripper. We're going to call him Jack Tripper from now on. Because he was tripping. Stormy, I know you saw that. Talk to me. Is there something I'm missing?
Listen, man. When Reese came out with that, and mind you, I notated it on my scorecard because I was scoring the fight and everything. That was between rounds 8 and 9 that he came over there with that crap. And before the next round, he went over there to the judge. He actually called time, went over there to the guys to the side of the ring and said, hey, they spilled this water. We're not going to take point. They should be fined. They got to be fined. He's giving out recommendations, and he's, reading tariff cards, reading palms, giving predictions of, the weather forecast for the following month. All of this stuff that Jack Reese decided to do to draw the attention to himself has now put me in the frame of mind now that I am leading a campaign against Jack Reese refereeing major major events in the West Coast boxing. That's anywhere, California, Vegas, whatever, because they always seem to bring him in there. But he's always now doing things that takes away from what's happening in the fight and puts a focal point on himself.
Yeah.
And a lot of it works to the disadvantage of a fighter, typically who's not the house fighter. And I say the house fighter, whoever the lead fighter is on the promotion banner, or the guy with the name, so to speak, or whatever. And he's doing these things very consistently. And he's very arrogant and brash about it, sometimes spitefully in cornermen's faces. And even though he took the moment to speak to Ocampo's corner in Spanish last night, I didn't understand everything that was being articulated, but it still came off to me very biased. And there was an angle of his projection that spoke disrespectfully toward Ocampo's corner. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
And you know, typically, if it slithers, if it rattles, if it hisses, you don't have to wait for the bite for it to be determined a snake. Okay? And let's just say he has spewed venom in many of a fight now, and it is now time to start holding this man accountable. I've called for the fighters collectively to come together in brotherhood and say, hey, if you guys are putting this guy over our fight, both corners say, no, we're not going to fight. And stand on it, because he has done some things that have compromised the integrity of the sport, and he put it on himself to say, I do what's best for the sport of boxing. Well, who the hell are you? And I questioned that in my stream earlier today when I said what needs to be asked is, who has given him the green light to behave this way? Because if someone gave him that green light, which they have, that person needs to be exposed for what they're doing, and then we can begin to get on this line of corruption that is in this sport. Because a lot of fighters will pay dearly when this man is in a match with them. You might be a fighter that benefits from something he does today, but tomorrow, don't forget, there's always new and upcoming fighters, right? So tomorrow he'll be doing it against you. You understand? That's why you don't accept it now. You have to hold this man accountable. He should be kicked out of the sport. Period. Point blank.
I agree. And again, people thought we were seeing things. Wilder Fury won in the state of California. That was in California, right? Staples Center, right? Fury got like a 12 count, man. We all saw it. I don't give a fuck.
Man, he got that damn thing they put on you, the respirator charge, when when your heart monitor stops in the hospital and they say clear.
He was like, clear. Boom. Woke him up.
He woke him up.
Stood him up. He said, walk here, walk here, walk here, walk here, walk here.
Now
walk
do the
here.
slide.
Come
Do
here.
the cha-cha. You understand?
That's it.
All of that.
You okay? You okay? You okay? You sure? Walk over here. See me? You sure? Hi, Mom. Hey, you all right? Okay, fight. Deontay standing there like, what the fuck? Come on, man. Get the fuck. I was like, wait a minute. That count's kind of long. When I went back and looked at the replay, I said, no, that count was long, man. Fucking Jack Reese.
Even Andre Ward said it was long. And, you know, I don't like to hear what comes out of his mouth as an
For real.
He said
that was
a very long
He
count.
said that was an extremely slow count. And it sounded like Lennox Lewis, that someone told him to stop talking in mid-sentence. All right? We have the audio. We have the video, man. Salute the woke. He said, why did Ocampo fight on the inside? He was doing good in the first 3 rounds. His corner wasn't telling him ish. Yeah, the corner was... I don't know if that was a bad... I don't know if his corner was bad or... Was he listening? Well, Ocampo had the tools to win that fight. I think he should have kept it on the outside. But I'm not sold on Fundora. But Ocampo definitely had the tools to win the fight. That inside fighting shit, let me tell you, he gonna get what he's looking for fucking with Jamel Charlo. He's gonna knock that kid out. And salute to Playboy Plays in that super chat. By the way, y'all want that free pay-per-view? Send me that video of y'all doing as many push-ups as you can. Whoever does the most push-ups, y'all win. $7 pay-per-view. Courtesy of Playboy Plays, man. Salute to you, brother.
And Drew, I'd like to add this too.
What'd you say?
I would like to add this too about this thing when people are talking about his eyesight, because you know he wears glasses. Both he and his sister wear glasses.
Right.
His eyesight isn't that bad that he can't stand on the outside and box.
Oh, we here, Freddie.
Y'all just cut me, leave me on the side.
Now I was coming to you next. My question, yeah, but I agree, Stormy. The eyesight ain't that bad that he can't stand on like 2 feet on the outside, throw a goddamn jab. I don't believe that. Freddie,
Yo,
referees, is it within their right to do what we explained Jack Reese did last night?
you spoke everything you said was correct. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's been going on for years. Mm-hmm. You saw Richard Steele in the fight when I fought for the title. I could have won the middleweight title. This joker steps in when I hurt the guy, because the guy's supposed to be so much bigger than me. Everybody was like, he should have knocked me out early. But here it is, I got him going out late in the fight, and so Richard Steele made sure I didn't get the opportunity to knock this guy out, because this guy rubbed his glove across my eyelid and ripped my eye open with his glove. And he was right there and never said nothing. And then he came over to me and just counted me out. This has been going on for the longest, man. This has been going on in the game for the longest. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, like I guess they felt that they wanted him to come in when I fought for the title, and they thought that he was going to disqualify me after not disqualify me, but stop the fight after I got cut in the first span fight, and he didn't do it. He you know what I'm saying, he told the doctor, you know, he can't go, because the doctor was saying I could continue, and I couldn't see nothing because my blood was all in my eye. I couldn't see a thing. And then Richard Steele said, you know, no, he can't go. So they stopped. So they called it a draw.
Well, let me ask you real quick, Freddie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and salute to Mr. Shelton. He said Spence gets full credit for stopping Ocampo. Yeah, definitely. I agree. Let me ask you. I've never seen a referee fine a corner during a fight and have us hear about it, like over the air. Mm-hmm. That's something that I would read about the next day in the article. Oh, by the way, the corner was fined. But he said it loud and everyone heard it. I said, what the hell? Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen anything like that?
They usually don't do it like that. They usually let you know after the fight that they're gonna find your corner, or they'll come over to the man in the corner and they'll tell him, look, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna tell you, they'll give him a warning first, then the next time he does, he'll get the fine. And they're able to do it that way in front of everybody, but the majority of the time they don't.
I've never seen that last night. It's sort of like Jack was trying to hijack the damn show. It's like the Jack Reese show instead of the main fucking event.
I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it happen. I've seen it be threatened. I've seen them threaten the sanctioner corner. I've seen them threaten to throw the trainer out of the corner. You know what I'm saying? I've seen them threaten to stop the fight.
I've seen that.
You know what I'm saying? And I've seen all this stuff happen. So I know they have the ability to do that. But most of the time, they never even go there.
You know what? I've seen that. Marco,
so
what was the name of Johnny Ruiz's trainer?
Oh, I don't know.
The white guy with the mustache. He had the Hulk Hogan mustache.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. But
man, he was a trip, man. I forgot what fight it was, but they threw his ass out, and he was watching the fight from the back.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Because I've seen him do that to a few guys.
What's his name? What's his name?
Stormy. His name was Stormy.
Oh, Stormy, yeah, that was his name.
Stormy.
Norman something. Norman. Stormy Norman.
What they call him?
Stormy Norman.
Yeah, they call him.
Man, that dude he would cuss up a storm.
Yeah, like
a
a Boston dude, right?
Yeah, he was
Yep.
funny. He was funny, and they threw his ass out one of those Ruiz fights, and they had to cut the camera in the back. He's watching in the locker room. Man, that was so funny, man. That was so funny. That guy was he was a show stealer. He was a show stealer, man. But he rode hard for Johnny though. I'll give him that. That's the kind of coach you want. I seen him jump in the ring and be willing to throw hands. He an old fat dude. He wasn't doing nothing, but that's the kind of guy you want in your corner. Trick in the building. What's good, bro?
It was good, everybody. Hey, funny mention that about Storm and Norman, because remember when Roy Jones fought Ruiz?
Yeah.
Him and Alton Murchison got in a confrontation at the weigh-in, and Alton Murchison hit him with a right hand. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit him with a right hand. Yeah. So yeah, that dude. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's the kind of training you need, man. But I'm doing good. How everybody doing good though? Everybody good?
Yeah, man, we good, man. This is a big fight week, man.
What's up, Freddie?
Now that we spoke, Freddie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. Trick said, "What up?" I know it's hard for you to hear.
What up? What up?
Yeah, man. So this is a big fight week. I guess we'll go. I'll go in whatever order. We got. I want to talk about Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. Y'all already know why I'm concerned, but I'll get to that towards the end of that. I'm gonna start with Marco. Who you got winning that bout and why?
I'd have to go with Shields, but I think Marshall has a way better shot than people are giving her. I think 12 knockouts out of 13 wins is no joke, especially in the female ranks, because not being sexist or whatever, but they don't have as many knockouts as men, so I feel like the knockouts hold more water.
Yeah.
She's tall, she has power, she has experience. I think she has a good chance, but I still think Shields will probably outbox her.
Yeah, I think so. That's the way it's supposed to go. It's the way it's supposed to go. I'll save my opinion and why I think the way I think, because y'all, if y'all follow me, y'all already know. Trick, your thoughts on Savannah versus Shields?
Yeah, I agree with Marco about that, about her having all those knockouts, especially like for a woman. I mean, you haven't seen knockouts like that from a woman since like Christy Martin and like Ann Wolfe. You know what I'm saying? They were out there getting women out of there. And I think Clarissa Shields is really in her head. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw the press conference, and it's almost like she's pretty much like living in her head rent free with a microwave in the guest bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I like Clarissa Shields in the fight by decision, but I don't think Clarissa Shields is going to go in there and go punch for punch with her like she said she would. I think she's going to stick outside, get in there and box, and hopefully get the decision. But then again, with the queen being dead over there, I mean, with them in kind of like with the situation going on with Conor Benn, I mean, the UK can't take another L, man, and I'm kind of concerned about her going over there taking a fight, man, with all that mess going on over there. So I still like Clarissa by decision, and it's gonna be a good fight, but I got Clarissa by decision.
Well, before I go to the sensei, who's drug testing for this fight? Is it UCAD? Is it UCAD? Anybody know? If it's UCAD, you scared. I'm scared. UCAD just failed y'all. It's because of UCAD not doing what they're supposed to do. About a month ago, we didn't get Ben versus Eubank. Well, it's really because of Ben. Let's point the finger where it's supposed to be. But UCAD definitely was on a take. Because Vada had to step in and say, no. Guess what, y'all? Y'all missed something. Y'all see this? This guy has a masking agent. This guy he gained 10 pounds of rip in 3 months. This guy was deadlifting 500 pounds. And you're a natural 147 pounder, you're deadlifting 500 pounds. And he was 5 pounds under the contracted weight. I'm sorry, 5 pounds over the contracted weight of 157. And he pops. So my question is, if UCAD is only drug testing for this Shields fight, we might have a problem. But Stormy,
Can I say something about the Conor Benn thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you guys talked about it, but I don't know if you saw, but right after it was announced, Conor Benn goes on live, British television, whatever, and says, "Look, I just got off the phone with Eubanks. You know, he's still down to fight. I'm a clean athlete. He's still down. I'm still down. He has faith in me. Let's go." And then like an hour later, Eubanks goes on the same show and is like, they're like, "Oh, so I heard you guys spoke." And he's like, "Nah, what? I didn't speak to him."
I ain't speak to you.
But what was weird was he didn't say, "What? He said that?" It was a weird reaction. He was like, "Nah, I didn't talk to him." I would have been like, "Wait, he said that? Why would he?" You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Conor Benn, but it doesn't look good when you get popped for something that you deny and then you lie. But then I'm also thinking, why are you lying? You know you're going to get caught with the testing, and then you know if you're lying that you talked to somebody, he's going to come with his own mouth and say what really happened. What do you? I didn't get what he was thinking.
Let me tell you.
The stormy face.
I'm gonna throw it to Stormy right now, but Marco, you know what I've nicknamed this era of boxing? Pop culture. Because everybody's popping dirty.
Yeah.
There was there were people stateside that were intrigued about this fight. And they were casuals like, "Yo, wait a minute. Their fathers had beef? Yeah, and I'm sending them the old videos." They're like, "Oh, now their son's about to fight? That's dope." They were intrigued about this. So I never spoke bad on this fight. I kind of marketed it behind the scenes. I said, "Look, I'm gonna watch it. You know, I'm a fire stick the fuck out of it. I ain't gonna pay for it. But you know, if you think if you think you're gonna be entertained by it, go ahead. You know what I'm saying?" But I said, wait a minute, he's coming up 10 pounds, and then I'm looking at these pictures. Look, if you come up 10 pounds in 3 months, you still have a 6-pack. Something ain't right. Let me be very clear. You can do it, but you're not boxing.
This fight was just goofy. You got one dude who's training himself to go down. You got another dude who's juicing the shit out of himself to go up. What are you doing? It's goofy.
Man, look, ain't nothing going on nowadays a surprise to me because it's been going on in boxing for years. They just been ignoring it because it's been going for the fight that they want to win. People just overlook it because their fighter won, and they don't give a damn. And I'm like, I don't want to pay to see no fight that's basically just bull crap because a lot of people don't care. As long as their guy gets denied, they don't care.
And that's exactly what we're talking about with this Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall shit. I firmly believe. Well, look, we got her back, but there's a lot of people that just want to see Clarissa lose, and they're to the point where they're ignoring what's surrounding Savannah Marshall. And what's surrounding Savannah Marshall is UCAD that can't catch shit. Apparently, they can't catch shit, and she has a Fury in her corner. And she has a guy named Peter Clark in her corner who's a known gangster. And the whole thing is nobody asked. But we know Savannah Marshall can't fly over to the States. She couldn't promote the fight stateside because she's on a ban list. She cannot get on an airplane and leave her country because of her association with a notorious leader of a crime cartel who's still on the run, who has a $5 million bounty on his head from the United States. But more on that in a minute. Stormy B, man, your take on that?
On what? We just
on
a lot right there.
on Shields and Marshall. I know we kind of but one thing leads into another. But so Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields, what you got?
Well, I'm of the old school nature when it comes down to talking about fights like this. Class tells all.
Yep.
Clarissa is head, shoulders, knees, ankles, and feet above Savannah Marshall in talent and ability and championships. The only concern, and this is weird that I'll say it this way, but it's true. The only concern that I have about the threat to Shields in this fight is what they haven't come clean about Marshall. Marshall is I think her knockouts are manufactured, and they're manufactured not of her abilities, but what enhancements that they've been able to get away with for her thus far. which is the only reason why she fights over there. She doesn't go anywhere else. And they've set this entire operation up with the hopes of getting Shields over there, so that they can possibly do to Shields what they've done to everyone else. Everyone else, they've had some type of questionable advantage. This woman gives me no indication that she is a powerful punching fighter. Nothing. But if you look at the opponents, when she hits them, it's like they get hit with something that they're not accustomed to. It reminds me of the first big left hook that Fernando Vargas got hit with by Felix Trinidad in their fight, and William Joppy when he got hit by Felix Trinidad in their fight. Remember, when you talk about the history of the sport, you need to know what you're looking at. Someone brought it to my attention. I haven't really had enough time to go back and check this out for myself. But they say that Marshall, when the fights are over, she doesn't take her gloves off in the ring. If someone could research that, I would really love to find out if that is true. If she walks back into the tunnel with her gloves on, to me, that's enough. If she doesn't take those gloves off in the ring behind her matches, that's enough. Because, again, the compromise can come. The old school hand wrapping ordeals, the old school horsehair and knuckles and this and that. And let's not forget, as Drew pointed out, she's got a Fury in her camp. Now, check this out. The Furies have been around since John Fury fought, right? It's like they've been around a long time. If they were that damn good in coaching boxing, where they been? Where have they been?
We never heard of them.
You got all the other old coaches that everybody knows, right? And I can't think of these guys' names right now because I've got a lot on my mind as I'm making, because I'm thinking about things as I'm speaking. But the traditional coaches from the UK, those men have been there for a long time.
Yeah.
These Furies, where the hell they come from? And
came out of nowhere.
And the success that this woman has, remember, she never meddled. She was good enough and talented enough to go to the Olympics, but she didn't medal. That means she didn't beat the other best fighters of the world. She didn't. Clarissa did twice and came back with gold medals. If she were that damn good, she should have been facing Clarissa in the gold medal bouts.
No one said that. What you just said, no one ever pieced that together ever. I've never heard that anywhere else.
This is why I say, because I'm giving you a foundation of what I'm saying and why I stand on it, so that you know if something else happens, you have to look into what I presented to you. But like I said, if someone could research, let's go back and watch a few of her fights, because I don't have the time to do it at this moment. But I'm putting it out there. You guys can put it on the TV while you're listening to us. Go back and watch each and watch her last 5 fights. When the fight is over, did they take her gloves off in the ring? If she goes back to the tunnel with her belt on her shoulder and her gloves on, we got some home cooking here. And not only that, she's never been in a fight where she had to take some.
Yeah.
You understand? And give back. Clarissa has been in there with strong fighters. She's been knocked down. She's had to go the distance. She's fought fighters who were bigger than her. She's prevailed. She's been through. She sparred men over here, top-notch fighters. She's been in the ring with the likes of Andre Ward and several others. She's named them, some of them. So there's nothing that Savannah Marshall can bring that she should be afraid of as far as that. But what we're concerned with is the gypsy magic coming up and showing itself. Because this is how they get on.
That's right.
This is the only way that they know. And as long as you have that type of thing happening in the sport of boxing, you're going to have some serious problems. And to just parlay into the Conor Ben situation, I posed this question and I'll pose it out here tonight. When has any fighter ever said, I fucked up? It's on me. My bad. I did it. Never. And as long as you lying sacks of shit are out there like that, the sport can't move forward either. Because you're wrong and you're foul. Remember how they treated Big Baby Miller, right? Why doesn't Conor Ben, Canelo Alvarez, Oscar Valdez, and so forth and so on get the same treatment? Why not? They're doing the same thing.
What you should understand by now, they don't give a damn about what you feel, about what I feel, or nobody else. It's all about that dollar and how to make it, and whoever they can sacrifice to get more. That's all it's about. They don't give a damn about the people who pay to see it. Because these idiots don't care about it. When they come to see a fight and they see a fighter gets robbed or see, some dirt going in the fight, they'll still come out for the next fight and make these people millions and more dollars. So until the people stand up and say, we ain't putting up with this shit, we're going to keep seeing this kind of stuff.
Nah, you're right, man. I think, and it's hard to do, but if we don't like what's going on, we need to hold our dollar.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Tell you to kiss my behind. I ain't paying no money to see no rip off.
If you take the information that I just made, it's valid.
I just lost all the money I paid to watch this bullshit fight.
Hold on,
if you take the information that I made, it's valid. That's what people should hold fast to. I'm giving points of inference, points of reference that people can look into. Yep. Trinidad, Joppy, Trinidad, Vargas. Yep. As examples. Trinidad, Obakar. Trinidad, Yuri Boy Campos. Go back, look at it for yourself, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Savannah Marshall needs to be looked at. Not because of her knockout ability, but let's check out what's happening with the glove and the wrap, because there's nothing about the woman that reflects power like that. Ann Wolfe could knock you the fuck out because Ann Wolfe had a lot of gumption in her. It's a different thing. And remember, when I said what I just said, can Savannah take it? So to answer the original question, how do I see it? I see Clarissa Shields beating the shit out of her. Really, I do. Beating her up because she's not going to be afraid of what's coming. She's going to be concerned with what she wants to do to the woman. And that alone should be enough to strike the fear of God into Savannah Marshall, because she ain't never faced anybody like this young woman from Flint, Michigan. This is a real fight.
I'm gonna keep my mind clear, because I mean, when you going overseas, some jokers do all kind of dirt.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody denied that. We put that on the table first.
Did me when I was fighting. I'm up all night long trying to make weight because they playing with the scales. Then when I get there, it's a different scale that they had the first time. I weigh a pound over, and I got to go back and start working again. I didn't make weight till almost 1 a.m.
That's
then I got to get up and fight the next day.
That's fucking ridiculous, and that's why we're concerned about the sister going over here. Look what Ghost says. He says, Drew, UCAD is the main testing body, and remember, he pulled out of the first date due to a supposed injury. But injuries are the thing that get you them passes. And then he follows up and he says, Savannah pulled out of the date because of injuries. And the date was a few weeks before the date that she agreed later. So this pulling out of fights due to injuries, undisclosed, and mind you, these injuries, Stormy, right? They're always undisclosed. They never tell you what it is. They don't know if it's a hangnail, a dislocated shoulder. They're never clear. They never. Am I right, Ant? They never tell you exactly what happened. Broke the hand or in training or sprained
Never
wrist.
tell.
They never tell you. They say undisclosed injury, fight postponed. It's always about 2-3 months later, and then they come back and you can see they're so vascular. You can see every vein in their body, and it's like, what the fuck just happened? So absolutely, this is why I'm concerned about this sister going over there. But I think she's gonna box her face in. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, she's good. She's real good. You know, I'm like, you know, I don't know. You know, see, with all this game playing, if it was me, I'd have pulled out. But I mean, she's doing what she needs to do, and we got her back.
So we can do. What you gonna say, Ant?
Yeah, man, I've been texting with John David Jackson, Clarissa's trainer, man, and I was hoping to try to get him on, but he said he'll be available for the 23rd, and I'm gonna make sure that he get this show or whatever. I'm gonna send it to him, man, and pick up to what Stormy has said about her with the gloves. And
yeah, well,
you know,
salute to salute to Main Event Mark. I did a video on Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields, and he sent it to her, and she responded, and you know, she said, "Yo, we on their ass." So I just hope every American that flies abroad over there, they're up on it. And y'all see Art Hostage in the chat, man. Those people, they have criminal backgrounds, man. She has criminals in her corner, man. She has full-blown criminals in her damn corner, man. There's no getting around this. There's no getting around this. She has a druggie, a drug convict in there, a gangster in her corner, and she has a Fury. And like Stormy said, these Furies seemingly came out of nowhere, but they've been around for like 3 decades. But they see longer than that. If you let them tell it, they've been around forever. But when we do hear about them, what do we find out? None of them can fly over here, man. Savannah Marshall can't. They're on a ban list, man. But that excludes Big John Fury. He's been banned before his sons were banned for thumbing some guy's eye out. So he's a gangster on the street level, man. You know, the brother Ghost back in the chat, he says, Google Dr. Usman Sajjad BBOC license. You'll see something's out of it. You see something's outed. Most is gone because the doctor deleted his website and all social media. Oh yeah, Freddie, listen to this. This doctor that was working with Conor Benn and Tyson Fury. He's some sort of testosterone expert, right? And after Conor Benn popped, I go to look at his social media. His fucking social media shut down. It's gone. Everything's gone.
Took the page down.
They took the page down.
Everything over there is beneficial towards them. You know what I'm saying? So when you go over there, you got to be aware of everything because they trying the best. They trying everything they can do to get you to leave with a loss on your record.
Yeah.
Everything. You know, from trying to keep you up at night, trying to make it where you can't sleep well, you know, playing games at the weigh-in. There's all kind of dirty crap that goes on over there.
Yep.
I don't trust none of that shit.
I'm showing a picture right now. Dr. Ooze also specializes in testosterone replacement therapy. There's a picture here with him and Tyson Fury and him and Conor Benn. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So when we talk about cheating,
he don't specialize in weight loss though.
Exactly. Look at this guy. You're gonna take health advice from this guy.
Look at this guy.
This guy's like 6'5", 300. I'm telling you, he's like 350 pounds, man.
He's about as dirty as an ass that just got off of a toilet shit.
Come on now. Look at this guy. You gonna take health advice from this guy? He's supposed to tell you how to get in shape? Huh? Testosterone replacement, and there's a video of him telling you how they beat the test over there. Come on, man.
And I said what I said, and I mean it with purpose because this is serious fucking business here. They want to take our world champion over there so they can try to humiliate her. I hope John David Jackson is really prepared. And when I say prepared, I'm not talking about getting things in order. I'm talking about up here. Because it's a different order of business. It's a different stage. And I remember John David Jackson losing his junior middleweight title to Jorge Castro.
Oh.
I remember that. A fight that he was winning handily. Okay? Now I want to know, has he taken life's lessons from that circumstance that he had to deal with? And he's telling this young woman, who's a tremendous fighter, everything she needs to know. Don't be a fucking cheerleader now.
That's
be
right.
a real leader and be a teacher. Be a fucking professor.
That's right.
Because this is what you're dealing with on the world stage.
They're prepared. They're prepared as far as strategic, as far as strategy in the ring. They're prepared. What we're hoping is that they're prepared for the bullshit surrounding the ring.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
And see, when what I said about that so-called doctor, because listen, you can bullshit a lot of people, okay?
Right.
Can't bullshit me. I know what I'm looking at.
That's right.
All of this, what you said a moment ago about them pulling out of fights with soft tissue and undisclosed injuries, were cover-ups for them cycling. That's what they've been doing.
That's all they've been doing.
We got that shit down to a mathematical science of how they do it and how much time and weeks that they need. But why aren't people putting it all together? Huh? You got these guys, they're lined up. Fury. What was his name? The middleweight that nobody liked. That Canelo beat up from over there.
Oh, Billy Joe Saunders.
Billy Joe Saunders. All of these guys. Listen, man. Start time lining this stuff up. And Savannah Marshall doing it too. Pulling out, an undisclosed injury. This was earlier in the year when they originally had the fight set for, June or something like that.
Right. That's right.
She did the same shit.
Same shit. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And what we had a bunch of UK people coming in and talking about, why y'all acting like y'all don't pop dirty? How about this? A lot of Americans and Mexicans and whatever, they pop dirty. But you know what the difference is? We call it out when we see it. We say, yo, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
When Big Baby Miller popped dirty, what did I say? I said, what the fuck are you trying to do? Kill him? I wanted you to beat AJ's ass. I didn't want you to kill him. What the fuck? He had 3 different things in his blood. I said, what the fuck are you doing, dude? But I said it to his face. I said, bro, come on. He said, I know. I'm going to get right. That's all. Look what Ghost says. He said him being licensed means he could write you exemptions, which the BBOC accepts as it's their own doctor writing it. So it's their own. They have a fucking racket going, and it's been exposed. And no one's paying attention to this. This is pop culture.
Look at Votes UK comment. Votes UK about Huey Fury.
Man, I've been waiting years for people to react to all this dirt that's going on in boxing, and they don't.
Bro, look at this. Look at this. Huey Fury just pulled out of the Hunter fight for the second time with another undisclosed illness. You know what I heard the illness was? He has some sort of skin condition. So I said, what does he have, herpes? Say that shit. But this is the second time he pulled out. The block is hot. If he pops again, it's over. He just put out, and mind you, where was that fight taking place? Because Huey Fury and Tyson got caught the same time. That was Huey Fury with the pig dick they ate, right? That was them. That was him with the shit, right?
Yeah.
So he was fighting Michael Hunter in the UK. He pulled out again. Y'all don't find this, and then Ben pops dirty. Y'all don't find this shit strange? All of this is too close. And nobody can fly to America.
That's kind of pretty before we get started, ain't it?
What? Y'all not paying attention? When we say that people can be cheated, listen, this is what's going on over there. We're just pointing it out. We're just pointing it out. We're saying, look, what is this? And this is the best part about this whole thing. America has nothing to do with this shit. this was two black British fighters. We had nothing to do with this shit. We had nothing to do with this. We were sitting back like, hey, okay, I guess it's an intriguing fight. And what happened? We were stuck watching, not to disrespect Fundura. What I'm saying is Fundura was supposed to be the appetizer before that main event, or the dessert on top of that main event, because by the time we see the fight, it was going to be early. But y'all fucked it off, and we had nothing to do with it. Ben getting on here saying, yeah, you know, I spoke to him, and da-da-da-da. Then he speak to you, Ben. She said we never spoke. What? Y'all never spoke. And then got Hearn on there tap dancing, talking about, hey, you know, we spoke and we was about to have the fight, and UCAD ain't shit. And yeah, Vada caught you, stupid. Exactly, UCAD ain't shit. Listen, time reveals all truth, and a lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. And let me play something for y'all in case you fucking missed it, because I'm tired of these cheats everywhere. And salute to Michael Fox. Green Beans did his thing last night. Mike Fox didn't get it done, but I support Mike Fox forever. And I'll show y'all why.
Smash Ray's gloves for being illegally wrapped in a technique known as skinning, which allows for the fist and knuckle of the glove to be more pronounced. You can actually hear referee Mark Nelson ask Smash Ray's corner, who signed off on this?
Who signed off on him?
I didn't.
Smash Ray's corner mumbles something and he's forced to retape the gloves. So who did sign off on this? Was it the WBA? Was it the Minnesota Commission? Right there is red flag number one. Next up, the fight plays out and Michael Fox is the clear winner. He even drops Smash Ray at one point.
Look, this is how you skin a glove, so if you don't know. This is an Everlast Power Lock. It's an 8-ounce glove. You see right here. So what they're going to do is they're going to take the leather and push the leather back. You take the string, you tie over the leather so it holds in. Then you take the tape, which they were using duct tape, so it's easier than regular gauze tape, and you tape over here. So that's why you saw a string above the crease, and that's why you saw tape above this crease. Now when he goes to make a fist, all your knuckle goes through the padding, and now his knuckle, you can feel his knuckle right here. You can feel his knuckle right there.
Right here, right
here. Yeah, right there. Compared to now. Now feel his knuckle. See what I'm saying? You push the, so all this gets pushed back. Yeah. So when he makes a fist, his knuckle almost comes through the glove. That's how you, even if it's a new glove, eventually you're gonna start, after he keeps hitting, you're gonna start feeling more knuckle. The knuckle's gonna hit your face. That's why you push this back. That's
attempted murder.
Talking about breaking in the glove. Wow.
You see that? Felix Trinidad. Wow. You see that shit? I question everything now. Art man, salute, bro. How you feel? Ghost, he's reminding y'all. I did a live stream on the lawsuit against BoxRec and match fixing. Go to my fucking channel and pick the. I did a whole video about this. This is the culture of boxing. That's why I have Freddie on here every Sunday. This is why. He can tell you. People, see, there's no excuse for you to be stupid. To be ignorant of this sport is a choice at this point. Because we have access to so much information. You see, like I told y'all, when I first spoke to Freddie, I asked him, I said, bro, did you throw that Trinidad fight? He said, fuck no. And then when I went back and looked at it, because on the record, all you see is, in that time, Felix Trinidad was knocking everybody silly. And we just thought that Freddie was another victim. Yeah, he was a victim, but he was a victim of the business. He was a victim of circumstance. He was a victim of circumstance. I played that video dozens of times. Okay? If he couldn't get you with the hand wraps, he had somebody in the corner putting shit up your fucking nose. And we've proven that. But see, in the 90s and the 80s and in the early 2000s, you couldn't prove it. There were people in Tito's camp that told Fernando Vargas, yo, look, if this leaks out, I'm going to die. They're going to kill me. But look, man, he put some shit in his hand wraps. Go look at when he first caught Fernando Vargas in that first round. Go look and tell me if that shit looked natural. He wasn't knocked unconscious. He was hit. It looked like he got hit with a pipe. Like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then Go look at when he hit William Joppy. The same look. William Joppy was one of our first guests on there. He said, yo, after I got up, I don't remember shit after that fight. He don't remember doing anything. Fernando Marcus said the same thing. He said, I don't remember shit.
Go look at Obakar's face after their fight. Go look at Yuri Boykampas's face after their fight.
It didn't look natural. It's lumped up. Tito was stacking his hand wraps. And you know why I say he was doing it and skinning the gloves and all that bullshit? You know why I say he was doing that? When did we find out about his gloves or him potentially altering his gloves? Right before he fought who? Bernard Hopkins. Right before that.
Thank you to Nazim Richardson. The brother was a tremendous person. Man, I miss him. I wish he was still around. I wish there were people who could have learned more from him before he left, because it would help with these circumstances. Remember, you got a lot of coaches and trainers in the sport today who come in the door with guys that they're working with. They haven't raised guys up from children and stuff like that. These guys are coming in because they see a lick. They see an opportunity to make money in the sport of boxing. They tell you that. If you go back to the old school coaches, this kind of shit can't get away.
Hold on, Freddie. Go ahead, Stormy.
No, I was gonna say, and I'll let Freddie go. But you can ask Freddie, because the old school coaches teach you about all of this stuff and have you ready and on point. So when you fought, it was just you and the other guy, and y'all could deal with the circumstances. But there's a lot of ignorance out here now, and people are thriving and surviving on the ignorance.
True story. Go ahead, Freddie.
All right, let me say.
Yeah, I was like, when I was doing it, I mean, I didn't even know that my people was involved in that shit, getting paid off to sell me down the drain. And it's like if you look at my first 10 fights, I didn't lose no fights. I tell everybody, y'all keep saying I got all these losses. Go back and watch those fights that they call losses, and you'll see I won them. And they was stealing fights from me left and right, because they said they wasn't going to never let me make it to be a world champion. And I told them, go to hell, keep trying to stop me and watch what I do. And when I did it, that really pissed them off. So what they do, they stole my belt after I knocked a nigga down 4 times. They still stole my belt. And refused. I protested, and they refused to look at the fight and say, whether it was taken or stolen from me. They didn't care. They said no. He won the fight and stole my belt. So can't nobody tell me boxing ain't corrupt. It's always been, and it's getting worse.
Ridiculous. I'm showing a clip right now, Freddie. When you fought Trinidad. Yeah, go ahead, Ant.
Y'all, and I'm gonna say this about Felix Trinidad. I believe even after the Hopkins fight, he was still doing his hands illegal, because there was a French fighter named Hassan Sharifi, if I'm saying his name right. Trinidad fought him after the Hopkins fight, and that guy even said he's been in there with William Joppy, he's been there with Robin Reed, who was a good puncher at 168. He said Trinidad hit harder than both of them guys. So that should tell you something right there.
Well, I don't know how hard Trinidad hit, because he never hit me.
He didn't.
Until he threw that last shot when I was dizzy.
And what we're saying is, there was no reason. I just showed it. There was no reason for you to get dizzy. You ain't get touched with nothing. And I show that clip a lot, man. This is like ridiculous, man. This is like ridiculous.
My next door neighbor told me, why did I throw the fight? That hurt bad, man. Somebody thought I threw a fight for somebody. I ain't gonna do that for nobody.
Bro, I'm telling you, what year that fight happened, Freddie? That was 90.
I think it was 93, 92.
92. I was watching that at my cousin's house. And we watching. You was never in any danger. He ain't land nothing. You was making faces at him.
Well, it was an easy fight. It was one of the easiest fights I ever had. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm going to be a millionaire, and I'm fighting this guy who's everybody's talking about is the second coming or whatever. And I said, and this is a cakewalk. Then the next thing you know, I start getting dizzy and all this kind of stuff. Now I find out later that I got drugged. You know what I'm saying? Man. And the doctor looked me in the eyes and said, my eyes don't look right. You got to go to the doctor. She sent me to the hospital.
You know what a hater say to you right now? You know what a hater say to you? Mm-hmm. Where's the toxicology report? As if you knew to go get that shit.
Freddie, I got a question to ask you about this, and I know time has passed since the situation, but when the doctor looked at your eyes and told you you didn't look right, and they wanted to send you to the doctor, to the hospital or whatever, but can you tell us, like, the effects of what you felt from the time that the fight ended? How long would you say you were under that? Whatever was wrong, whatever was in your bloodstream.
It hit me suddenly. When I was in the fight, I was moving around, dancing around, playing with him. Then next thing you know, I started feeling dizzy, and I stepped backwards, and I shook my head. And then when I looked up, he was coming towards me and hit me with a body shot. And I went down.
How long did that last?
Dizzy, so I'm on one knee, and I'm trying to get up, and I'm like, I'm having problems trying to get myself together. So then the referee calls the fight off and stops the fight. So it happened pretty fast.
No, I understand that. But how long did it last?
I was out of it.
He's saying how long did it last? The symptoms. How long did the symptoms last?
The symptoms lasted till it took like about 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying, to clear out when they stopped the fight. After they stopped the fight and I was on the floor, it was about 5 or 10 minutes went by, and then I started, coming out of it. But when I got in the back, when I got in the room, it was clearing up. And then the doctor came and saw me, but she could see the effects in my eyes. It wasn't bothering me as much as far as the dizziness and everything, but she was looking at my eyes and she said that I need to go to the hospital.
It said the fight was 96. It's okay. It was a long time ago, but I'm watching the replay and I'm trying, I gotta be real careful about what I air on here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm watching the replay and I'm listening to the broadcasters, and they're trying to figure out what the fuck happened. And they're trying to make light of it, like, maybe it was that overhand right in the after effects. No, they sounded quite confused. I got a better clip of it. Look at this shit.
Because I was winning the fight easy. It was an easy. Trinidad was one of the easiest fights I ever had. We're gonna find out. I was playing.
Wait, hold on, Freddie. Look.
That is being arranged as we speak between the fight doctor and the Hamilton camp.
They were trying to figure out what. They couldn't figure out what the fuck even happened.
Nobody.
We didn't get Bobby Shields back on it because Bobby Shields in that fight.
Look at this shit. Years later. Because I was like, man, I remember I was at my cousin's house. I said, nah, man, that brother threw that fight, man. I was like, why he do that? Why he do that? Some 25 years later, now we're getting the truth. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Ignorance is a choice.
You had a guy tell me the same thing. Why would you throw the fight like that? I said, man, let me tell you something. Why would you even think I threw a fight like that? I said, because number one, if I had to beat Trinidad, my next paycheck would have been in the millions. They couldn't offer me nothing under $10 million. So why would I throw that fight? They wasn't gonna pay me more than that to throw a fight. You know what I'm saying? They knew I wasn't gonna throw that fight, so what they do? They made sure I didn't get through the fight, and they did the work and messed me up. And you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, for them to do that kind of shit, and then I found out my trainer had something to do with it too, I fired that joke on the spot.
Man,
he was on there trying to make cover. He run around the place where we before that, after the fight, he's going around trying to tell everybody, convince everybody that I threw the fight. And he's the one that got paid off. Because when he got home, he went and bought a big old house worth $300,000.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm like, that's crazy. This joke gets to buy a big house after selling me down the drain. Because my next fight, I was supposed to fight for a unification match with one of the big names. It was like two Chavez and this other guy, and they was trying to get whoever would accept the fight, and I'll fight unification with them, and that would have been for major money.
Drew hit
they,
Brown on boxing. Brown on boxing.
They made sure I didn't win.
Brown on boxing in the chat says Marshall does not remove her gloves after the fight. Well, let's see. Savannah Marshall. I'm just gonna pick a random fight. Savannah Marshall.
See, this is why I said, I didn't have the time to look those kind of things up myself. But if guys would just do a little research on your own, this will help you. Because if you find that there's any facts or evidence of what I'm saying or what was brought to me and my attention, then you know for yourself.
But they don't want to see that, bro. These people don't want to be proved. Want it to be proven that these fights are fake. Then they don't have nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? They just want to go with what's going on. Everybody say, "Oh, this, that, and the other," and they just look at it like, whatever happens, happens. They don't really care whether we get ripped off or not.
Okay, I'm looking at one fight versus Nina Orozco. She got her gloves off. But what fight was this? This is 3 years ago.
You have to go back at least within her last 4 fights. Let's just say her last 4 fights, including the girl she just beat a few months ago. Because you have to understand that they were building toward this fight with Clarissa. So
yeah,
you have to look at it from that type of thing, All
right.
Now somebody Risen wrote in the chat that not sometimes one glove, but never 2. Well, the one that she keeps on is probably her power hand.
Probably a power hand, yeah. Yeah.
See, you can make these, deductive reasoning. It's like, it's not rocket science here.
Yeah, this is I'm definitely going to investigate this. Because now I'm curious. I don't think she's a straight shooter though, at all.
No.
At all, because she's full of shit. She got a Fury in her corner and Peter Clark. If y'all want to know all of this with this gangster shit, I hope y'all subscribe to Art Hostage. He gives a detailed description of who these people are and how they are funded. And remember, every name we mentioned over there so far, Peter Clark, Tommy Fury, Tyson Fury, Savannah Marshall, Matthew Macklin, they can't fly here because of their dealings with Daniel Kinahan. That's it. And this is what our sister's up against, man. And then, again, this is the perfect storm because where there's smoke, there's fire.
Brown on Boxing again says, I'm watching some of her last few fights. Them gloves are on.
There it is. So these are the last few fights, I'm assuming, from probably 2019.
She only got 12. Her and Clarissa have fought the same amount of fights.
So but Hannah Rankin, Maria Lindbergh. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna definitely do homework on this. I'm definitely doing homework on this. And like I said, this is pop culture. This is the perfect storm. What happened over there with Eubanks and Ben Phelan had nothing to do with haters and Americans. It had nothing to do. That was all y'all motherfuckers. Y'all can't blame racism and say we're crying racism. Nope. These were 2 black fighters. Okay? Yeah, granted, both of them got white parents somewhere. But we had nothing to do with this shit. This is y'all with y'all bullshit. We hold our shit down over here. When somebody pops, we be like, yo, weren't people running around here calling Big Baby Big Dummy? For fucking off a $9 million payday? Hey, man. It don't get any more clear than that. It don't get any more fair balance than that. We was rooting for Big Baby and he fucked himself up and he knows it. He knows it. But look now, what are y'all gonna do? Y'all are still breaking the America glass? Let me get this straight. Conor Ben pops dirty and y'all still looking over here? It's just as stupid as that freakishly huge Middle Eastern dude that committed a wild act of terrorism over here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, he does this shit And Bush number 2 says, okay, well, I'm gonna go blow up fucking Saddam Hussein. We were like, wait a minute. He didn't do this shit. He didn't do this shit. Why are you blowing him up? The other motherfucker did this shit. Not him. And he went over there and blew him up, killed him, and made shit worse over there. Then we find out, oh no, Hussein has shit in check over there. Because when he was in charge, all the other loonies were in check. What you did was you opened up the goddamn cage and let all the rabid animals out. And now we got a bigger problem. Should have left him alone, stupid. That's what you motherfucking British fans are doing. We had nothing to do with what was supposed to happen on Saturday. That's y'all with y'all shit. And guess what? Time reveals all truth. We told y'all there's something strange with y'all shit over there with the steroids and all this shit. We told y'all this. We told you we ain't like Eddie Hearn. We told you why. And look, now he showed you. Did he tell Conor Ben? Yeah, man, just say you spoke to him. Got him looking stupid. And Eubanks said, yeah, we never spoke. How do y'all feel knowing that this fight has been dead for a month and y'all just now finding out the week of? Like 3 days prior or so. How do y'all feel? We ain't got nothing to do with that. That was all y'all with y'all shit. Don't break the American glass. We had nothing to do with it. Remember when the UK was a new face of boxing? That's what Eddie Hearn told you. The zone's taking over. Pay-per-view's dead. Remember all of that? He told you that. Yes, he did. He sold you that shit. Wembley. 20,000 in Wembley. Anthony Joshua. Look at y'all now. We ain't say shit.
Yeah.
We say, y'all want to live in fantasy land? Fine. Stay the fuck over there. We ain't say shit. And what happened? Look at y'all now. Conor Ben pops dirty versus Eubanks. And y'all still saying, oh, Americans, don't fuck, stay out of our business. How about that? We got this. We got VADA, motherfucker. We catch motherfuckers cheating. Y'all don't. How about that?
Drew, check this out.
Yeah.
When Hearn and Matchroom started promoting fights in the U.S., why did they do that? It wasn't there some type of controversy about ticket sales with Anthony Joshua and everything, and so they wouldn't let him have fights over there for a while, remember? So he came over here.
Yep.
Think about it. There's a consistent thing going on with Matchroom and how they've handled and conducted business with professional fighters. Remember AJ selling out faster than Michael Jackson and all of that, right?
Yes.
That was what the word was. And what was he doing with the tickets?
He was comping them and reselling them. And once they put in a new rule, a new law, that was when he came to Madison Square Garden. That was exactly the time when he came over here because he couldn't play those tricks. They knew it, and y'all know that the information. Like I said, ignorance is an excuse. What Stormy just said is 100% true, and it wasn't too long ago for us. It literally happened 3 years ago. He was selling out faster than Michael Jackson. We say, well, okay, they support that. They support him that well. Fine. Come to find out, as soon as they put new restrictions on it, he came to America and got his head knocked off. He came to America and got poisoned. Y'all want to believe me now? That the motherfucker was downstairs bumping in the walls, sweating like he had to take a shit. Y'all believe me now? In the corner talking about, why do I feel this way? You got drugged, you asshole, you maniac. And Eddie Hearn didn't even see that coming. Now, why they did that to him, I don't know. That's for y'all to figure out. But when we say they don't want to see no black champion do anything great, that AJ fits the description, motherfuckers.
Or maybe Eddie is so much of a snake, he did know what happened to AJ, and he may have profited off of it. How about that? Now, I'm going to show you another thing, and Freddie's still on the line. He can back this up. If you don't think that these promoters get smart enough to do shit like that, where AJ could have been poisoned by his own people, and Hearn had money on this under the table, and could make a killing, and you don't know how much money he would have made off of that, which is why he's able to still be in the business doing the shit that he's doing right now, and why he wanted Conor Benn and Nigel Benn to continue on with this promotion, even talking about, oh, we can just have it at another venue. And he said in his interview a couple of days ago, he said, well, I am not saying that the fight is canceled. I'm saying that it's postponed. That was his words. So when you listen to this snake, understand from which head that the sound comes from.
Salute to Tom Ethics in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. He says the UK looking real Herschel Walker right now.
Hey, and y'all, not to mention Eddie Hearn made Joshua fight with a concussion too.
Yeah. He got fucked up in sparring. I forgot that big motherfucker name, but somebody stretched him in sparring. And he never said it wasn't true.
Yeah, that big dude, Okoye or something, his name, that Nigerian
like that.
fighter.
And that's why AJ's dad was ready to kick Eddie Hearn's ass after the fight.
Yep.
Go look at it. He said, I told you he wasn't, and I told you he shouldn't have fought. And AJ, dog, it's not them, it's me. No, motherfucker, it is them. You were supposed to, dude, your safety comes first. If you ain't feel well enough to get in that ring, you shouldn't have did it, man. Joey Dueco, that's him. Joey Dueco. I heard he knocked him out in sparring, man.
From Philly.
That's who
He's
that
from
was.
Philly, right? The white dude?
Yeah, the white guy. Come on, man.
From Philly, yeah.
Hey, Drew, check this out. Now, we comic nerds and stuff. I'm going to take you back to something. The first Iron Man film, Tony Stark had this right-hand man. It was like Obadiah, right? What did Obadiah do to Tony Stark? He tried to have the 10 rings take Tony Stark out.
That's right. Come to find out. Come to find out. See that? Man, listen. This is a dirtbag game. That was the name of my last show yesterday. This is a dirtbag sport. Stop acting like this shit is clean. We love the sweet science. We love to see thinkers in there. We love that. If we say we love these guys that we grew up watching and we love the sport, stop acting like there's another fight going on outside the ring. Stop acting like these promoters and managers are not. They got to eat too. So they got to do what's in their best interest. So if their best interest is, hey man, my guy got to lay down. And I know this, if this guy wins this fight, he going to get a title shot, but I need that $10 million. So let me spend some money and make the commissions turn around while they slip something in that water, or, hand wraps, plaster up those hand wraps. Let me put some extra love in that ref's pocket. You know what I'm saying? Jack Reese. I don't trust these guys, man. And he showed his ass last night. I never seen anything like that.
You ain't lying, because all I saw was shit all over my TV screen.
I needed to break out some baby wipes or something. I was like, what's that smell? What the fuck? Jack Reese?
Listen to this right here.
Drew and Stormy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's Jack Reese. Jack Reese repping.
Listen to this right here.
Fuck that guy. Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, and I'm glad. And I'm thinking about something. I'm glad that Roy Jones. They was trying to pull Roy Jones to go to England to fight Nigel Benn at one point in time. And remember the video I sent you with Nettles and Joe Calzaghe?
Yeah.
About the scale,
Yes.
So
it's little things like that, which aren't so little, by the way. They aren't so little.
Right.
These cheating in boxing can determine life or death, man. This is not a fucking game. Can we get a fair sport? The answer is no. Not when you got. Look, man. Do you guys realize it'll be impossible to cheat Tyson Fury? He's not having it. Klitschko didn't get off on him because he knew all the tricks. If a career burglar gets a hold of some money and has a big ass house, what are the odds of you being able to break in that motherfucker house? Zero. You won't be able to get through the roof, the back door, the front door, the attic, because he knows everything. Whatever you've been there, he's done that. You understand? So now we have another. We can match faces with names. I didn't know who the fuck Dr. Ooze was. Secret of the Ooze. I didn't know who the fuck he was. All I saw was those pictures. I said, oh shit, look at this. All you got to do is wait. Time reveals all truth. And when I go to do some research on him, I went straight to his page. His social media is disabled. Why is that?
It's time for him to have a new nickname.
What's that?
Fat Bastard.
And you know what? That's perfect, Stormy. That's perfect.
Of course. Yes.
And let me say this. All this week is fight week, y'all. By the way, everyone's coming for the fight. Y'all need to get in my DM. I'm trying to put something together. I'm trying to put some party buses together. All right? Hit me up as soon as you can. DM me, email me, do something, because I'm putting some stuff together. I don't know if I want to do it Friday or that Saturday or both days. We don't know, but hit me up. All right? Listen, man. This is fight week. I ain't even get into everything I want to discuss, but I need y'all to listen. I don't want y'all to forget about what was said on my show. If y'all want to know what I'm talking about, go to my show when me and Trick and Stormy was talking to Layman Brewster. I'm not going to ruin it. Just go ahead and watch the show. He was like second or third guest. All right. He mentioned something. You know that man's blind in one eye, right? He's blind in one eye. And it happened during a fight against a particular fighter. You might never know who it is. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it, y'all. Go back to the live and listen to him tell the story about how he lost vision in that eye. Glove manipulation. And you might never know who he fought when that shit happened to him. The man is blind in one fucking eye now. All right? Just go ahead and look at it. Go to my page and just put in Layman Brewster. We spoke to him for a while. And he tells a story about how his eye got fucked off. And check who he fought when that happened. All right? I'm going to leave it there. I got to run. I got some stuff to do. Stormy, let them know how they can find you, brother.
And everybody can find me right here on YouTube. Stormy B-Man is the channel. And that's where it's going down. Link is in the chat.
Yes, sir. My big bro. Trick Noty in the building, man. Let them know how they can find you, brother. You're on mute.
Man, I'm just a bit talking. Yeah, you can find me Trick Noty on Instagram, Anthony Carter on Facebook, and you can find me on here on Sundays with Drew and the Sensei, kicking it with these legends.
Yeah. No doubt, man. As always, thank you. And Freddie.
You.
Know what I'm saying? I know you ain't got nothing popping online.
Yeah, not right now.
As of yet. But we're gonna get you up and popping soon.
All right.
But Freddie, always a pleasure. You'll be back next week. It's a fight week next week. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius. You know what I'm saying? And
Wilder again?
Yeah, Wilder Helenius. So it's gonna be a post fight.
Right.
Come Sunday. So yeah, man. As always, man. Much love and appreciation to you. And I'll talk to you during the week, my brother.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. All right.
All right.
Better. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda, Cash App, and fuck boxing, man. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the Painful Excellence podcast, and Boxing is a clean sport, y'all.
Bullshit.
I mean, I tried. Salute to the Godfather. And salute to Ed. I know the brother got to go to work, man. And I'll be back tomorrow morning to cook on this shit further, man. It's fight week, man. Let's get it. Y'all make sure y'all hit me up. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.